Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's finish up the series here. 8-1 win there. How we looking? What did we do? Julio hit 2 home runs. And Castillo won his 22nd game of the season. And we finish up with a 1-0 win. The Seattle Mariners have finished at 94-68. Really good season for us. We're a wild card team, and we will be playing the Texas Rangers in the first round. That is exciting. Regular season is over. 1-0 was the win here. Julio drew a walk, so Julio finishes the year. Unbelievable. George Kirby finishes the year with a winning record, which is great. Now let's hop in and look at some of these things. We do have league leaders to go over. Castillo looks like he wins the Triple Crown and then some. Luis Castillo leads the league in strikeouts, ERA, winning percentage, wins, shutouts, innings pitched. Julio Rodriguez leads the league in RBI. Let's take a look at everything. Batting average, Yordan Alvarez wins a batting title. Bo Bichette leads the league in hits. Nico Horner's in there. Doubles, Bobby Witt Jr. JP finished with 44. Julio finished with 42. And look at his development. 80 contact against righties, 90 power. We added 10 power onto Julio Rodriguez. He's up to a 98 overall. 43 homers is what he finishes the year with. 122 driven in. This is going to be the start of a Hall of Fame career for the 23-year-old. Obviously won a Silver Slugger this year. We'll get into that. But boy, 42 homers, triples. Andres Gimenez. Julio did finish with 9, so he was tied for that. Home runs, Trout 45. Corey Seager had 43. Yordan Alvarez had 43. Vlad Guerrero Jr. had 43. And Julio Rodriguez in that mix. A lot of 40 home run seasons in the AL, and a couple guys that just missed out. Byron Buxton finally played a full season. He's known for being hurt. You can see he's played 1 full season. And he finally gets a full season under his belt. Hits 39 bombs. So the Twins, very happy to have him, a big part of why they are going to the postseason. RBI, Julio Rodriguez edges out Yordan Alvarez by 1 RBI. Unbelievable that he drove in that many runs. I can't imagine he'll do that again, but when you have J.P. Crawford in front of you getting on base the way he does, it's a good chance you're going to drive in some runs. He's turned into a power-hitting outfielder. Power, speed, arm strength kind of guy. Finished the year hitting 289. I mean, it's crazy. Runs, Kyle Tucker and J.P. Crawford are up there. Julio scored 102 runs this year. Stolen bases. Somehow Kyle Tucker led the league in stolen bases when his speed's 45. Bobby Witt makes a lot more sense. Walks, Alvarez. JP was, what, 4th? Nicely done. On base, Alvarez. I mean, he's Yordan Alvarez. There's nothing you can say about that. Slug at 660 is insane. Julio Rodriguez, though, finished 3rd at 621. Anytime you're slugging north of 600, that's going to be a nightmare. And you also look at his OPS, a 966 there. Yordan Alvarez was actually 1100 OPS, which is absolute bananas. That's insane. Oh, and here they are. Seager, Guerrero, Trout. Julio actually is only 6th in OPS. He's not an on-base guy. We know that. Wins, Castillo. 22-5, I believe, this year. Insane season. Love to see that from your ace. Saves, Leclerc. We kind of knew that. Castillo leads the league in ERA by a lot. So that's cool. Shutouts. 5 shutouts for Castillo is insane. 223 strikeouts for Luis Castillo. Complete games. Shane Bieber. Nice. Innings pitched. Luis Castillo, 228. I mean, he just went out there and took care of business. Logan Gilbert leads the American League in WHIP this season. Kind of a sneaky good season for Logan Gilbert. I mean, this is a guy He came in as, I think, an 82 overall, and this year has been just a breakout season for him. He only went 10-9, but you can see a 2.79 ERA with a .94 WHIP. 3.8 WAR is great. Fielding independent pitching at 345. Just really, really good overall. 187 innings pitched. Kind of on par to where he was. Hopefully he's an all-star next year and does something for us. Pitching WAR. Castillo obviously leads the pack there. And batting WAR. Corey Seager and Julio Rodriguez. Neither of them quite reached a 10-win season, but anytime you're up there in the 8s, you're in kind of an MVP conversation. So that's pretty cool. Batting average. So now we're back to the top. Let's go look at awards. Luis Castillo was the recipient of the Cy Young Award this year. Julio Rodriguez and Castillo both in the conversation for MVP. Unfortunately, was not able to make it happen. But there is next year. Castillo, there he is, Cy Young. Batting title, Alvarez, Leclerc, right there for reliever of the year. Rookie of the year, Colt Keith. I do like this guy winning the rookie of the year. Second base for the Tigers, he was awesome this season. You look at what he did. 22 years old, 31 bombs, hit 250, slugged 469. He had an OPS of 770, but the counting numbers really were good. And he'll continue to build on that. And he's a decent defender, not great, but let's see. Alvarez, Gold Glove. Jake Rogers edges out Cal Raleigh for the Gold Glove, which is unfortunate. Rizzo, Guerrero, Mountcastle, Horner, Geloff. Yeah, Nico Horner, we know. J-Ram wins his first Gold Glove of his career, I believe. Yeah, nice. Bobby Witt wins his first Gold Glove. I imagine there will be many, many more coming from him. Varsho wins a Gold Glove. Yeah, he is like that. He is a very, very good player. Aaron Judge somehow wins a Gold Glove out in center. It just drives me a little bit nuts that Julio couldn't win that. But Julio will have another chance for sure. Riley Green out in right field. Polanco ended up winning a Silver Slugger as a DH, which is cool. We did trade him to Boston, obviously. Mitch Garver wins the Silver Slugger as a catcher, although he DH'd most of the year. Him and Cal Raleigh put pretty similar numbers up. Cal finished with 23 home runs. A little bit down on the slug, but the highest OPS of his career by a lot. So, definitely moving in the right direction, Cal Raleigh is. Which is good. That's kind of what we wanted. It's what he needed. I'm excited for him. Silver Slugger first base, Vladdy. Altuve at second. That's nothing new. Simeon was right behind him. Simeon had a terrible year. And you can kind of see that in his production. He really struggled. Yikes. Bregman winning a Silver Slugger as a third baseman. No surprise there. He hit 34 bombs, hit 292. Seager wins the AL Silver Slugger at short. No surprise there. 310 with 43 bombs is insanity. Julio Rodriguez. A Silver Slugger for him. His third Silver Slugger. He's been in the league 3 years. He's won it every year. And he's been a 3-time All-Star. We're putting together a Hall of Fame resume for this young man. We love it. Mike Trout. That's good. And Yordan Alvarez. Everybody there, I think, deserved that. Not really any snubs, I don't think, besides the Julio Rodriguez Gold Glove. So there you have it. Now let's take a look at the calendar here. I want to see, can I look at this whole thing? Okay, well, I can't make this any bigger, but hopefully you guys can see it. My face cam is in the way on the NL side. So we'll talk about these here. Us and Texas in a 3-game wild card set with Minnesota and Baltimore playing each other on the other side of the playoff tree there. So the winner of Minnesota and Baltimore will head to the American League Division Series against the Tampa Bay Rays. And the winner of the Mariners versus the Rangers will move on to play in the ALDS against the #1 ranked Houston Astros. On the National League side of things, the Phillies and the Diamondbacks will be facing off in the wild card matchup. The winner of that will advance to play the Dodgers in the NLDS. On the other side of the tree here, the Cardinals and the Pirates make the playoffs. Two teams that I didn't really expect to be there. The winner of that will be playing the Atlanta Braves in the NLDS. I would imagine we see a Dodgers-Braves NLCS. And on our side, I hate to bet against us, but I'm not sure we're going to beat Houston in a series. But you never know with our pitching staff. The problem with our team right now is just the injuries. I don't think we can compete at our full potential, if you will. But I would imagine we see Tampa Bay in the ALCS if it goes that distance. Baltimore is kind of a sneaky pick in my mind. They could really do some damage. And the Phillies are always a team that you can't rule out on the National League side of things. So we'll have to see how that goes. Let's go take a look at our calendar here. We'll advance this day. Luke Raley has come off the injured list. Luke Raley is back. He will be hitting in that 2-hole and playing first base for us. Okay. So that's how we're going to do it. Here's our set against Texas. We will be playing all road games in Texas, which is unfortunate. Facing Jacob deGrom in Game 1. We're going to have to bring our bats, but Luis Castillo was our ace all year. The next video you will see me will be in the playoffs. Out there battling. Doing what we got to do to hopefully bring a pennant home. I'm not sure this is the team to do it this year. Obviously, with the injuries, we have had some issues. And I do want to check in and look at our injured list. Ty France may be out for a year. I mean, he might miss a whole year, which is unfortunate because next year is a free agent year for Ty France. 79 games this year. He hit for a high average. He really did play well for us. Unfortunately, it is a situation where we're going to have to replace him most likely. Josh Rojas had a good year. He played 129 games. I mean, he really was good. Ended up breaking his foot. He's still out for a while. We probably won't see either one of those guys. So this is really what we're going to see. And hopefully it's a good enough lineup to bring us home a win. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see out of the boys. Texas Rangers are in our sights here. 3-game set on the road. Next time you see me, we will be playing in Texas. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. I will catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.
The order hitter up, runner in scoring position. Oh, now this one's high and deep.